Terry sent me some information for the speech, and in the narrative he describes that while he's been publicly speaking for 42 years, he had only been in Toastmasters for 4.5 years. I've had the opportunity to hear Terry speak on a number of occasions, and that relatively short term, 4.5 years, belies the veteran speaking skill that Terry brings to the podium. Today, Terry is going to be working out of the Advanced Communication Series Manual, Storytelling. This project is Let's Get Personal. The objectives that we are looking for today is to learn the elements of a good story, to create and tell an original story based on personal experience, and to utilize the fundamental good speech mechanics of vivid imagery, vocal variety, eye contact, natural gestures. Those are the types of things that we look for even in the normal the CC program. This speech will be 6 to 8 minutes. Ravi, could we have lights at 6, 7, and 7.5?
Okay.
Thank you. His objective is to share a fun personal experience with a twist of irony. Please help me welcome Terry in his speech, A French Birthday with a Little One. Terry McCauley.
How many of you have ever gone to a foreign country just to have dinner and come back? I'm surprised.
I do.
Yeah, okay.
Canada.
That's more of a suburb.
Well, that's what we did. And I want to tell you a little bit about this. Now, this happened about 30 years ago. So you got to keep the time frame in perspective here. I have 3 daughters. My oldest one, Teresa, at the time was turning 15. Kathy, as the middle daughter, was 12, and Joyce, our little one, was only about 4.5. The way we did birthdays, my wife and I always thought that birthdays are for kids and they should be something very special. And so we would always make it a full day of celebration for the girls. They'd get a present in the morning, one during the day, and then one before they went to bed, stretched it out over the whole day. And each of the girls, when it was their birthday, they would decide with Mom where we're going to go or what we're going to do. And they wouldn't tell me. See, the idea was we'd get in the car and back out of the driveway and get to the corner, and then they just start telling me, turn right, turn left. I didn't know where I was going. It was a big secret. This was the little adventure part. I have to just trust that they'll give me the right directions to get wherever we're going. Let me tell you, this took a lot of faith on my part because my wife has no sense of direction. When the girls were little, she went around the block and got lost once. But anyways, so this day, it's Teresa's birthday, her celebration. Now she's just finishing her freshman year in high school, and she's taking French. So she said she wanted to go to a French restaurant, an authentic one, for her birthday. So where are we going to go? We start out driving. After we started driving a little while, I began to get a little suspicious where we might be going because we start out from Toledo going north on I-75. Sure enough, Ambassador Bridge, right over to Windsor. Great. So we come down there and the Canadian authorities are welcoming us, right? And they say, where are you going? I don't know. What do you got in the packages? I can't tell you. Those are birthday presents. The Canadian people were always very nice. We got through without a problem, even though I acted like I didn't know what I was doing, which I didn't. We get through, stopped at the where you can exchange your money in the tourist center, and they got directions to this restaurant. It's right there in Windsor. Thank goodness we weren't going any farther than that. It turned out to be in kind of a neighborhood-like. And we went up, it was on the second floor. and just a very quaint looking place, almost kind of homey. We walk in, and the smells, the aroma from the cooking was just wonderful. I mean, it made your mouth water right away. And we get up there, very nice, not very busy. We were there getting kind of close to closing time. There was a few businessmen over in one section, and there was a small family in another. We walk in, they're very friendly, very warm and welcoming. We sit down, and I noticed that just like we have kind of a U shape here, that juts out into the dining area, and inside that is where the chef is doing his cooking. So now this is a little unusual. Normally it's back in the kitchen. Remember, this is out in the dining area. He's doing all his cooking out there. Well, it turns out he does that because he's doing a performance. This man puts on a real show. When he's sauteing or frying something, he's flipping that pan and catching things in the air. He's doing the flaming things, and boy, the flames come up 2-3 feet high. And he's doing everything with a flourish. It's a real show. And yes, he's cooking your food, but boy, he does it with a flair. They had a thing at this restaurant that there's a minimum charge. You had to order something, and there was a minimum charge. And it was like $11. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but 30 years ago, for our family situation, that seemed like a lot of money to me. Not a problem. Teresa talks to the waitress, who obviously was bilingual, and mentioned, we're here for her birthday, and she's taking French, so her and the waitress have this little conversation going, they're doing great. I managed to figure out what most of the things were on the menu. I could at least figure out what was chicken or beef. So I'm trying to find something for our daughter Joyce, the 4.5-year-old. Because she took one look at the menu and of course all these foreign words, and she was done. She didn't want anything. No, she wasn't going to eat. You have to eat. We have to order something for you. You'll like it. I finally decided on some chicken. I know she likes chicken, and I figured when she gets it in front of her and sees it's just normal food, she'll be all right. Nope. She was absolutely refusing. She was not going to eat. This becomes a real problem. The chef, like I said, it was near closing time. Businessmen left, family left. We're the only ones there. He cleans up his whole area. Wipe down his grills and everything, put the pans away, everything's done. But he noticed that we couldn't get Joyce to eat anything. Him being a very nice person, he said, I'll fix her something. So he goes back and gets everything back out again. And he made this flaming banana dessert for her. Well, her eyes were real big and she's watching him, because the flames are going up and everything. And I thought, oh, this is going to be great. He brings the dish over, sets it down in front of her. She won't eat it. Nope, she's not having anything to do it. Yeah, it was great, she thought, watching him, but nope, she's not eating it. Oh my. Anyway, they did give us a birthday cake for Teresa since we were celebrating her birthday. These two people, the chef and the waitress, turned out to be just very warm, friendly people. They were very nice. And so we had a good experience and we left. It's time to go home. And so we get back, managed to get through the American side, which is always a problem. We're headed back south down I-75 again, going home. And what do I hear from the back seat? I'm hungry. Can you stop at McDonald's? So, yes, even though you go to a nice fancy French restaurant and get a wonderful meal and celebrate a French birthday, when there's a little one, you still got to stop at good old American McDonald's.